Alright, I'm making this video because I couldn't really find it anywhere online. I had some issues with my 2006 Yamaha F250s. I was reading a whole bunch of low oil pressure or low oil. I checked the oil, I changed the oil out, made sure everything was in its level, regular level, and nothing seemed to be fixing it. So the next step was to check the sensor. So this right here is what you need. 6AW83651-00. I paid about $200 for it, so it's a very small sensor that costs $200, so make sure it's what you need. Got it online. This was the old sensor. Alright, so they did change it up a little bit. So this was rounded off. This was just internal. It ended up breaking, which I didn't care because I had a new one. But it was like that inside. So you had to take off a couple things, which I'll show you, to get to this, the bolt here, which is a 17 millimeter wrench is what I use on it. So I couldn't go over this at all, obviously, because it's thicker, which would have been a lot nicer, but they modified the new one where you can. So I just slipped over a wrench, which is a bigger one, bigger than this, with a bigger bolt. Anyways, I had to take off a couple things I'll show you. 17 millimeter, twisted right off. I broke the seal and then just twisted off by hand. All right, over here at the motor, I'll show you a couple things I had to do before I got to it. So, went ahead, undid this right here. This just fell down over here, which is no problem, got out of the way. I had to undo this cotter pin, pull this off, just throttle, unclip it right here. This came out, and I got that out of my way. I also had to take this guy off, which is my power, right here. Took him off right here to get out of my way, and I had to take this off, which removed the bracket also for the power to get to it. So that's where it's at. It's directly next to your oil filter. Again, where that bolt is where the 17 millimeter wrench went over. So I had no choice but to go from the side. So I undid the connector here, right here, went in from the side and used the 17 millimeter on it. This is a new one, so it's modified. They changed it. Obviously, I think they made it more easy friendly, where I was able to just screw it on from the outside with a wrench that went right over the electronic mechanism there. It's made it much easier. So, in end, that actually fixed my issue. Again, I was running in at it read low oil pressure. It went into the limp mode, so it wouldn't be able to give me full throttle, even though I had the proper amount of oil. So I ran in about 5 miles, came back, got the part, and ended up changing it all out. Up here at the square, I'll go ahead and turn on everything. It's right there at that bottom. This is reading low oil pressure. It gave me the warning light. Gave me alarms when I was running. I ran pretty good for about an hour without it having any issues, and then while I was out there is when it actually activated the limp mode and the alarm. And turning it on. So you can see it instantly jumped right up, right to an adequate area. Before, when I would turn the motor on, it would just stay right in the low area, right here. Wouldn't even move, nothing. So we seem to fix the problem. I guess we'll just have to take it out and make sure everything works. But I hope this helped you. Everything I could find was changing out the oil, changing the lower gear oil, all that stuff, but nothing about the sensor. So good luck.